Shout out to BJ Ward. This guy on one of our videos last week commented fins up 111 times. So I'm going to give you all a chance to break his record. Go down in the comments section and comment fins up. Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Will Scott. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about 5 Dolphins undrafted free agents that can make the 2022 53-man roster. And because the Dolphins just had 4 draft picks, I think the UDFAs are going to have a better chance to make this roster. So let's get right into it. Coming in at number 5, best chance of making the roster, I'm going to say Kader Kohou, a defensive back out of Texas A&M Commerce. Very intriguing prospect. Comes from a small school, a D2 school. Now, A&M Commerce moving to FCS next season, but in the seasons that Kohou was there, they were a Division II program. He was the Lone Star Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Back of the Year last season, had a very successful career, a multi-year starter for the Lions, and a good friend of mine, Nick Petiti, actually his teammate at A&M Commerce. So I called Nick before today's show. I'm like, Nick, give me what I need to know about Kader. Here's what he said. Dude has the dog in him. Anytime football was involved, that switch turned on, he was on it. Also, that dude is strong as hell. He was out there competing with the front 7 for lifting PRs. That coming from Kohou's college teammate at A&M Commerce and my friend Nick Petiti. And look, I think Kohou was somewhat overlooked in the draft process because he was coming from a small school. We talk about the FCS guys being overlooked all the time. This guy was a D2 kid. I think he's going to come in, really impress this coaching staff. He was a lockdown corner at A&M Commerce. Now, the uphill battle for Kohou is that the Dolphins secondary is stacked. So it's not like the offensive line where some of those UDFAs, are competing against guys that maybe aren't as skilled. Kohou, though, has an uphill battle to make the team, but I think he has a shot. Watch out for Kader Kohou come training camp and obviously in the second week of OTAs as we get into that. Before we get into the rest of the list, subscribe for daily Dolphins videos. We're giving you a Miami Dolphins video each and every single day, so hit that big red sub button if you want to stay in the loop with all Miami Dolphins content. Coming in at number 4, Blaise Andries, an offensive lineman out of Minnesota. It is worth noting that Ty Clary got cut last week, and so he's not going to be on this list. I thought he had a pretty good shot of making the team because he's a center. The Dolphins only have one center on the roster. Sign J.C. Treader, please. So Blaise Andries, though, is a guy on that offensive line that I think has a really good shot of making the team. Pretty stunning that he went undrafted. Maybe not as stunning as Kellen Diesch. We'll get into him a little bit later. But he was the 10th rated guard by PFF last season. First team All Big Ten selection. I really like Blaise Andries. And I think his versatility is what gives him a good chance to make this team. When you look at what he did at Minnesota, started at every position on the offensive line except center. 5 starts at left tackle, 11 at left guard, 21 at right guard, and 9 at right tackle. He's very versatile. Think he's more fit for a guard in the National Football League. Think he's got a good shot to make this Dolphins roster given how the offensive line's still a little bit weak. Name a undrafted free agent you think makes the team. Go down in the comments section and let me know. It's the pinned comment on today's video. So here with an ad break in a few seconds, go down and let me know what you think. Coming in at number 3 is my favorite undrafted free agent. That would be Tanner Conner out of Idaho State. I think they're the Bengals. Go Idaho State, man. I was talking about this guy. Coop, my producer, can confirm. I was talking about this guy before the draft. I said the Dolphins should take this guy in round 7. They get him as an undrafted free agent. I love Tanner Conner, man. This guy was recruited to play, I should say, to run track in college. Nobody was giving this guy a football look. He goes to Idaho State, drops off his football highlight reel at the football coach's office. They give him a scholarship to play football. He becomes the best receiver at Idaho State, probably the best receiver in the Big Sky, same conference as Cooper Kupp, by the way, where he played at Eastern Washington. He set the Big Sky record in the 60-meter hurdles, won a conference title in the 110-meter hurdles. Now, Idaho State didn't have a pro day, so he had to go to the University of Washington pro day, and he was the best player at University of Washington's pro day. Here's what he did last season at Idaho State. 735 yards, 4 touchdowns, 42 receptions. I really, really like Tanner Conner. And kind of similar to Kohou, though, the Dolphins are extremely, extremely skilled at wide receiver. They're very deep there. Might be an uphill battle for Tanner Conner to make the team, but I think he's got a good shot at doing that. Talking about wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, one of the newest wide receivers on the Dolphins. You can get his jersey at chatsports.com/Tyreek. Love that one. Love this one even more. You can go pick yours up at chatsports.com/Tyreek. Go and do it right now as we are fast approaching the 2022 season. Going to be a lot of fun to watch this guy in a Dolphins uniform. It's also going to be fun to watch Verone McKinley in a Dolphins uniform. And you talk about a guy that it's stunning that he went undrafted. This was one of the best safeties in all of college football last year. Guy goes undrafted. Dolphins pick him up. He was a projected mid-round pick, was an All-American last season, led the FBS with 6 interceptions. Now, maybe a reason he went undrafted is because, he's a little bit slow, ran a 4.65 40 at the combine, but there is tremendous upside with Verone McKinley III because look at what he did last season at Oregon. 6 interceptions, 6 pass breakups, forced fumble, 77 tackles. This guy was all over the field. Really, really big fan of him. He's a baller. I mean, Verone McKinley is one of the best undrafted free agents in this entire class. I mean, he is unbelievably skilled because I fully expect him to make the team, too. I think that the Dolphins, obviously they're pretty good at secondary. You have Brandon Jones. You have Javon Holland. Verone McKinley, though, maybe he's a guy that's going to make this team and get some minutes behind the 2 Dolphins' very skilled young safeties. If you love the Fins, by the way, go ahead and give us a like on this video. If you want more Dolphins content, if you're liking what you're seeing here on Dolphins Today, give us a like on this video. I like Kellen Diesch, and Kellen Diesch was Tom Downey's #1 undrafted free agent. He falls to the Dolphins. I shouldn't say falls. He fell out of the draft, signs with the Dolphins as an undrafted free agent, has a really good chance, I think, of making this team. Because you look at the Dolphins' offensive line situation. Offensive line, still a team weakness, I would say. Look, the left side, you're really good there, but the right side still has some work to do. So I've gone ahead and I've slotted Kellen Diesch as the 3rd-string right tackle behind Austin Jackson. But let me say this. If Austin Jackson struggles at right tackle, they'll put Liam Eichenberg there. If Liam Eichenberg struggles at right tackle, Kellen Diesch might be the next man up. So I don't even think he's going to make the team. I think he's going to get a lot of playing time. Maybe not early in the season, but later on in the season when we know a lot more about what Austin Jackson and Liam Eichenberg can do at that position. Kellen Diesch, I don't know, maybe the backup right tackle, maybe even the starting right tackle by the end of the season. By the way, go down in the comments. Let me know which undrafted free agent you think is going to make the biggest impact on this football team in year 1. Not years from now, but in year 1, which undrafted free agent going to make the biggest impact on this team? If you're looking at 2-3 years from now, I'd say Diesch. If you're looking at this year, I'd say Verone McKinley. By the way, thank you to Maurice Jenkins, one of our most loyal subscribers here on Dolphins Today. Appreciate him sending in a super thanks. Maurice Jenkins, man, always appreciate you down in the comments. As well as Kevin Fisher, $9.99 super thanks coming in from him. Thank you, Kevin. And then Jess and Rick, some new subscribers here on Dolphins Today. Appreciate y'all. They said they've tuned in daily at night the last couple days. Love the coverage. Go Fins and love Big Driffy. Appreciate you, Rick and Jess. So Rick and Jess ask, if Tua struggles this year, should Lamar Jackson maybe be someone who the Dolphins pursue? Look, if Tua struggles this year, I think there's no question that the Dolphins are going to look to move on. I think Tua is going to have a great year. I have a lot of confidence in Tua. But if Tua does struggle this year, yes, the Dolphins likely will move on. Lamar Jackson still has not signed an extension with Baltimore. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. Kyler Murray has not reported to OTAs. He's looking for a new extension. Both of those guys could be free agents next year. Going to be interesting to see what happens. I think it's more likely, though, that the Dolphins draft a quarterback next year with one of their 2 picks in the NFL draft. Thanks for watching Into Dolphins Today. Subscribe if you haven't already. This has been Will Scott. Talk to you tomorrow.